Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom. All honor, glory, and praise go up and out to the Most High, Yahweh. Yahuwah, Bahashem, Mashiach, Yahweh, Yahushua, Kwam, Yashala. Thank the Most High for allowing me to make another Sabbath day. It's shalom. It's shalom. Fighting against the elements out here, wind blowing. Trying to make it through. Couldn't make it through last week. With what they call technical difficulties. Wi-Fi issues, all of that. All right. Once again, I give the most praise to the God of Israel, of the Elohim of Israel, God of the Elohim of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Today, the subject matter is the epitome of subject matter. Talking about the Creator, the infinitive one, right? The Creator. Who is the Creator? Right? Everybody say they believe in God, right? But everybody don't believe in the Creator. Easily, with your mouth, you can say you believe in God, right? But the Creator, He got laws, statutes, commandments, and also come with judgment. The world don't like that. They don't appreciate that. It's a lot. Yeah, the world don't appreciate that. They don't want nobody telling them what to do. Not the Most High, the Creator anyway. Not COTP, none of that. Just look throughout history. Nobody wanted those instructions. Nobody wanted those instructions. That's why we over here in the Western Hemisphere, in the land of abomination. It's without instructions from the Most High. Right? The people that made up their own laws, they don't even abide by them. Now, it's a free fall. Do whatever you want to do, however you want to do it. That's what's going on. That's what's going on. So, right now, everything's turned upside down. Some people are hypnotized and sleep and can't see it. Some people know it and love it. I will not be comfortable with this place. I will not be at peace with this place. There is no peace with the wicked. Ain't no peace with the wicked. Ain't no peace when you abide with the wicked. Even when you're keeping the commandments. Because those who trying to keep the commandments in the land of abomination, still have to have an eye for what's going on. If you're not affected by what's going on, you numb to the situation. You numb to the situation. So who is the Creator? Who is the Creator? Look. All right. Let's deal with that. Like I said, everybody believes in God, but nobody believes in the Creator. We have a discrepancy out there against the Creator, the designer of all these things, of the luminary, right? The angels, who formed the angels, who also formed man, the creature, the animal. The fallen one got a problem with it because man was created. And we got people walking around talking about human and mankind. Some like a man, sort of a human, some like that, right? So that's mockery of creation itself. But anyway, all the ones that hit and manipulate the Most High creation, everything. I don't care what Yeah. The elements, Salaki family. I'm dealing with the elements today. Like I said last week. Yeah, last week I was having difficulty trying to get my recording straight. So to this week I got other issues, but I'm gonna try to get through it, family. Salaki. All right, fam. Moving on. All praises to the Most High. This got to be. They stopped me last week. They didn't want me to talk about the Most High last week. We'll talk about him this week. I'm going to talk about him this week. Message is powerful because the Most High is the almighty power. So the message is powerful. The Prince of the Airways didn't want it to be last week. It's going to happen this week. All right? Most High willing, we're going to move forward. But like I said, he's the Lord of the overall master of the luminaries, of the spirits, of the heavenly host, of creation, period. That's who he is. He has order. He has order. This world is out of order because they do not include him in their walk. Right? They don't include him in their walk. They want him to be a part of their walk when they're on their dying bed. Other than that, the heck with him. So who is the creator, man? Who is the creator? Let's go straight to Psalms chapter 2, verse 1. Who is the creator? We ain't rough out here, y'all. Now with Psalms chapter 2, verse 1. Why do the heathen rage? And why the people imagine vain things that they imagine? Yeah. First of all, the heathen rage. They're upset because the fallen ones are in control of the heathen right now. Right? And they're upset. Very much so upset. They don't appreciate, once again, the Most High's creation. They don't appreciate whatever jumped off in the heavens aforetime. So they're here dwelling somewhere they shouldn't be. So they're upset. So they want to pollute everything or anything and everything around them. The skies, the water, right? The fish in the sea, the animals that fly above. Any and everything, once again, they have took into a laboratory, broke it down, dissected it, put a probe in it, right? And when they're through with it, they just keep running through them like it ain't nothing. It's just like when you see an animal in a Hollywood movie. You know how many times an animal have to go through torture in a movie just so these clowns can get something that really ain't true, right? So they hate the Most High. But they're giving you this science. They're moving the Most High out the way, giving y'all science. Giving y'all the Big Bang, which come from some knucklehead I told y'all before, who was born in the land of Baal. Jim, the land of Baal. George Leontry, or whatever his name is, right? Born in like 1864, but the term Big Bang didn't come along about 1930. So it's a baby term. It's a baby term. But anyway, they done gave y'all scientists that has removed the Most High out the way, giving y'all CERN, something they ain't been long ago built, right? Giving y'all all this other fake technology that can cause storms. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I'm glad it ain't on the top of my brain right now. All that other kind of mess. Heart, CERN, all this crap, as if they done came up with something. The Most High gave them the knowledge to even be wise. But they use wisdom on the left-hand side. He gave them the knowledge to be wise, right? But they don't do right with the wisdom that they were given. So now everybody believes a vain thing, and the heathen is enraged because his time is up. His time is up. So that's why we got so much evil and madness on these TV screens and on y'all so-called YouTube. Every time, well, y'all probably won't call it madness. I call it madness. Any and every evil avenue that can come up from the least to the greatest. When I say from the least to the greatest, I mean from the gossiping clowns out there, right? From the gossiping clowns to your most evil ritual being performed on what y'all call a TV screen. Yeah, on what y'all call a TV screen. So you can see it all right now. Any and everything. Ain't no holding back. No holding back. But they are setting themselves up for great judgment. That's what they're doing. And it's going to be a great fall. You know, the taller you are, the further down you got to go, it's going to be a long fall, long, hard fall. I said that before. But when you're short, you just spill over right quick. You get right up. Almost like a ball. It never falls. It just rolls. The taller you are, the harder you fall, baby. Right? So the Most High is letting this evil mount up. He's letting this evil mount up so he can bring it down like the tower of corruption it is. So Psalms chapter 2, I said, verse 1. We're going to do it again. Let the Most High be true. Every man alike. All right? Psalm chapter 2, verse 1. Why do the heathen rage and the people imagine a vain thing? The heathen is enraged and out of their mind. And the people imagine a vain thing because they following the heathen. You okay, man?
Back. Come back. I'll be right back.
Okay, brother. Yeah, so why do the heathen rage and the people imagine a vain thing? Of course they love lies. They don't want this truth. They love lies. They comfortable in their lies. They say leave us alone, right? Let the word of the Most High be gone from amongst us, man. Keep it moving. Keep it moving. What they say. We don't want to hear that. You messing up our daily routine. You messing up what we've been doing forever. No. Screw COTP. Screw COTP. The people don't like punishment. Let me tell y'all something. The Most High chastened his children. He chastised his children. Meaning what? He spanked their butt. Namely, you so-called Negroes over here, and so-called Hispanics, and so-called natives of Negro descent over here in the Western Hemisphere. And he chastened his children. Anybody who love their child will whoop their butt when they're out of order. But over here in the land of abominations, Satan, whatever, they don't whoop the kids. They just let them run all around and do whatever, however. That's why this place is crazy and out of order. Satan does not chastise his children. He let them do whatever they want to do. He set them up for the kids. That's what he's doing. So the Most High, a good parent or a good father, checks in his kids. Right? But a father who is out of order and out of his mind, he don't even know where his kids at. And he don't care. Because he's too busy trying to do something else instead of take care of his own. But anyway, the people imagine a vain thing because their leaders are of the fallen ones. They don't want to follow COTP or even not follow. Follow the word of the Most High. COTP brings the word of the Most High. Don't follow us. Follow the Most High. Follow righteousness. Examine yourself. Everybody out here knows what's right and what's wrong. But we choose to be a fool. And it is what it is. So the heathen is enraged. They're even enraged right now because the so-called Jewish people, so-called, they don't like the fact that the Most High's true chosen are waking up, coming back home, spiritually and physically, but spiritually first. They don't like it. We both, they got issues. But when your time is up, your time is up. The Most High said the Gentiles, the land will be trodden down by the Gentiles till the time be fulfilled, man. Now your time is up. Respect the scriptures. You say you the Jews, respect the scriptures. Respect the scriptures, man. You can't be the real Jews and be on top right now. Not right now. The scriptures don't say that. Y'all claim y'all being afflicted and persecuted and all this crap. But why y'all running Hollywood? Why did America keep giving y'all all these billions and millions of dollars? Being a crutch for y'all. Y'all can't have it both ways. And America is the most, if not the most, is number 2 most evilest place on the earth. So why y'all hand in hand? Why y'all buddy? What's going on with that? So let's move on, man. Why do the heathen rage and why do the people imagine a vain thing? Why? Right? 2 Ezra, chapter 6, verse 1 through 6. The heathen want to be like the Most High. They want to be like the Most High, you know? But they want to guide the people down into the pit. So that's an evil king. That's an evil leader, right? That's an evil leader. The Most High's word's trying to bring y'all out of that madness, man. So I'm dealing with who is the creator, because it sure ain't Satan. He's a manipulator. He's a false designer. He's an instigator, right? He's a chump. He's a punk. He switched back and forth, or up and down, like a light switch. Or he just switched, like a man who think he a woman. He switched like that. Or he switched like a woman walking down the street trying to sell herself. Yeah, he switched. Yeah, y'all seen the sign before. Y'all seen the sign before. The images, right? Y'all seen the images before. His image is what? Both male and female image. That's the image he give us with the horns on top of his head, right? With the light in his hand. He give you the breast. He give you the phallic symbol. He give you those goat feet, what they call now high heel shoes, those 3 and 4 inch high shoes. Women white don't know nothing about that. That's what he giving you, though. That's what he giving y'all. So he don't know. He out of control. Right? People done fail for it. People done fail for it. People look at these people over here that's running this place over here in so-called America as if they're in control of everything. They're not the Most High, man. But especially my people, namely my people people are teaming up with it as if they're going to fight against Hamashiach Yahweh. Right? They're all in the army. Right? They all in tied, laced up with the Pentagon, with the White House, you know, trying to push their little fruity agenda on the whole world, force it on the whole world. Force it. How evil can it be? How can somebody continue to love this place, man? You got to be out your mind. And once again, you can't serve the Most High and love America too. So moving on. 2nd Esdras chapter what? I said 6, verse 1 through 6. We're fixing to get into who is the creator. Lock it. Yep. The heathen rage, the devil rage, because of these scriptures I'm about to bring out. It's a chop chop. It's a chop chop. We got a fire kindling. Once we finish chopping it up, that's exactly where they going. Straight in the fire. All right? Straight in the fire. So yeah, they gonna keep raging. The heathen gonna keep raging because this ain't gonna stop. We gotta die about this thing, family. Literally, we gotta die about this. Don't let them make it. Don't let them force you against what you know is right. Keep doing what you're doing. Don't compromise. Don't be like these clowns that look like us that's on TV that I call demons. Right? All your little Bootsies, all your little Uzi Verts, all your T.I.s, all your Jay-Z's and all the rest of them. Boy, I like to say it, something. All the rest of them so-called people, demons. Your Beyonce, your Lil Kim, Rihanna, all of them, they demons, man. And that's real. Just because they look like you, that don't mean that they're a part of you. But that's how the fallen ones masquerade. Because that's their deal. They are masqueraders, imitators. Right? Masqueraders and imitators. Not real, not authentic. Not authentic. That's why you got stuff like Blue Beam. Imaginations, right? False narrative. That's all they give you, man. That's all they give you. We're going to get into who is the creator. We're going to give all honor, glory, and praise to the Most High, Yahweh, Yahuwah, Ba'ashem, Hamashiach, Yahweh, Yahusha. That's what I'm going to do. I don't know what y'all going to do. That's what I'm going to do. All right? So, going in. 2nd Esdras chapter 6, verse 1 through 6. And he said unto me in the beginning, when the earth was made, before the borders of the world stood, or even when the winds blew, like now, before it thundered and lightened, or ever the foundations of paradise were laid, before the fair flowers were seen, or ever the movable powers were established, before the innumerable multitude of angels were gathered together, or ever the heights of the air were lifted up, before the mansions of the firmament were named, or ever the chimneys of Zion were hot, and earth, the present years were sought out, or ever the inventions of them that now sin return. Like that. Let's read that top of that again. And earth, the present years were sought out, and forever the inventions of them that now sin were turned, before there were sealed that have gathered faith for a measure. Pre-thought already, or preordained. It was already in the mindset of the Most High before we even come out the womb that these things would come to pass. Let's read verse 5 again. And the present years were sought out, even before they were sought out, or ever the inventions of them that now sin were turned, before they were sealed, that have gathered faith for a treasure. COTP, sojourn amongst them. Right? Verse 6. Then did I consider these things, and they all were made through me alone, and through none other. By me also shall they be ended, and by none other. That's a promise, not a threat. That's a promise. Verse 6. Then did I consider these things, and they all were made through me alone, and through none other. By me also they shall be ended, and by none other. Y'all hear the power? Y'all hear the power? Satan ain't created nothing, and he ain't gonna end nothing. Right? He's stuck under the firmament, caught up in the middle, like a hot dog. It's all over, baby. Like the Most High said before it even started, it's all over. He give you a chance to run around, do what you gotta do when it comes to time in your life that you're supposed to seek him out. And now it's time for people to start seeking him out. This place, man, y'all see it. Whether you want to acknowledge it and get on the right side, you see it. So you. Whatever you live by, that's what you're going to die by. Psalm 68, verse 4. That go for me too. I ain't nobody special. So those precepts I just read, 2nd Ezra 6, 1 through 6, clarifies, showing you the power, the Almighty, Allahayah, the Creator. Y'all forgot? Go back and read what I just read. The Creator. And another thing, amongst my people, we love giving ourselves nicknames. Y'all know about that, right? Love giving ourselves nicknames. Right? To us, being Yasha Allah, children of Yah, Hawa, right? Us being Yasha Allah, Israel, we love giving each other nicknames. As soon as we see each other coming up in life, we give you a nickname according to whatever it is you do, like, or how you look. We give you a nickname. But guess what? For the most part, we know the Most High's name is Yahweh. Some say Yahuwah. I ain't mad. I'm not here to wrestle about that. You won't hear me saying Yahweh because I understand that. But some know the name is Yahweh, right? So with that being said, he got a nickname too. So he got a sense of humor. People want to label him as if he's some kind of villain, you know? Like he the bad one. We've been over here so long, we think everything bad is good. So when the truth show up, people hate it. Now they think the truth is the enemy, right? Now they think the truth is an enemy. But back to what I was saying, the Most High got a sense of humor too. He got a nickname, and we're gonna pull it. We're gonna pull it. Psalm 68, verse 4. Psalm chapter 68, verse 4. Sing unto the Almighty, Allahayah. Sing praises to his name. Extol him that rideth upon the heavens by his name, Jah, and rejoice before him. How y'all doing, man? All right. What's going on? I was going to call, figure out if somebody said that you can have some tomorrow. Nah, I'll be out here for the last year. Just working. Friends over here, y'all. What? Friends. Yes, you out here Cause I figured one of y'all should have known by now. It's been about a year.
I've been out here before. I've been out here.
I know somebody been out. A couple of them been out here. About a year by now.
Not that long.
I don't know.
Giving a sermon out here?
Every time.
All right. I thought you were messing with the lockbox. I know.
Staying in my lane. So I won't be. Know what I mean?
All right.
Hey, that's what's up, man. I appreciate it. All right, now. All right. Going back to Psalms chapter 68, verse 4. It says, sing unto the Almighty out of height. Sing praises to his name. Extol him that rideth upon the heavens by his name Jah. And rejoice before him. So that's what I do. And I'm happy before him. Right? Instead of clowning before him. And like I said, he got a sense of humor. You know, if you want to go back into the ancient Hebrew, when there wasn't a J, it was Yah, but J, Jah, Yah, not far from the truth. So you ask the rosters what his name, they're going to tell you Jah because they read the scripture. All right? But Yah, short for what? Yahweh or Yahuwah. Yahweh or Yahuwah. So that's a short. That's what a nickname is. Just something short. Right? So yeah, he got a sense of humor. Like I said, but the world label him as the evil one now. Like I said, because we've been doing so crazy so long, we think everything bad is good now. You know what the scriptures say about that. You know, woe to those that call good evil and evil good. So everything over here is backward and upside down now. Oh, just in case y'all wanted to know, if they showed up on the camera, they thought I was messing with the utility box. The one about me being out here. So it is what it is. Moving on. Proverbs 30, verse 2 through 9. We're dealing with who is the creator. Right? Proverbs 30, verse 2 through 9. All right? Surely I am more brutish than any man, and have not the understanding of a man. We're going to do these precepts, and we're going to get some understanding on what am I pulling and what am I talking about. I told y'all already. Woo. Wow. Like Psalm Proverbs chapter 30, verse 2 through 9. Surely I am more brutish than any man, and have not the understanding of a man. Right? I neither learn wisdom nor have the knowledge of the set apart. Who have ascended up into heaven, or descended? Who have gathered the wind in his fist? Who have bound the waters in a garment? Who have established all the ends of the earth? What is his name? And what is his son's name? If thou canst tell. So with all those attributes and all that free insight, before we got to verse 4, we went to Psalms 64 and 8. Now we can go to other scriptures also in the scriptures that'll show us his name, show us the essence of his name, right? Now we're gonna read that again. And for those who just Torah keepers only, I hope y'all consider the book of Proverbs Torah. I know the first 5 books are actually Torah, but I'm talking about now Old Testament. Let's get it right. Right? Old Testament. Maybe they don't subscribe to the Old Testament, but from my experience and from my knowledge and from my little studying that I've been involved with, they do subscribe to the Old Testament, but they get to tripping over their feet when they come upon the book of Isaiah. and stuff like this right here in Proverbs. They have to give an account for these scriptures. They got to give an account for these scriptures. All right? They got to give an account for these scriptures. So, let's read verse 4 again. Proverbs 30, verse 4. Who have ascended up into heaven, or descended? Who have gathered the wind in his fist? Who have bound the waters in a garment? Who have established all the ends of the earth? What is his name? And what is his son's name, if thou canst tell? So that's a good question right there. If his son, or if he has a son, he asking what is his name? What's the name of the creator? And what's the name of his son, if thou canst tell? So, and it can't be King David. Right? Because King David said, and the Lord said unto my Lord. So who was Lord over King David? That's why I said they stumbled at these scriptures. Yeah, they do believe in the Old Testament. That's what they say. They ain't got no answer for these scriptures. But I'm going to move on, because what I'm doing, once again, I'm talking about who is the creator. That's where I'm at, going to verse 5. Every word of the Almighty Elohim is pure. He is a shield unto them that put their trust in him. I felt that way when I woke up this morning. I was laying on my bed. And I was just saying, you know, the Sabbath day, or Shabbat, is a covering for those who try to strive for the truth and the depth. The Sabbath day is a covering. If you can master that Sabbath day, you can master getting your spirit right, man. Drawing away from the madness, you can master getting your spirit right. If you can conquer that Sabbath day or get that Sabbath day down to the point where you won't disrespect the Most High, the creator of all things, then boy, you got yourself something. You got yourself something. All right? You got yourself something. Right? Every word of the Almighty Elohim is pure. He is a shield unto them that put their trust in him. Add thou not unto his words, lest he reprove thee, and thou be found a liar. 2 things have I required of thee. Deny me them, not before I die, Most High. Remove far from me vanity and lies. Give me neither poverty nor riches. Feed me with food convenient for me, man. And what's convenient for me is righteousness, right? Continuing to show me the madness of this world so I can move out the way. And so I can come out here and do what I'm doing. Talk about it, right? Talk about it. So, y'all saw my friends just leaving the black and white cars. They gathered up in a posse. I know they thought they just doing this, y'all. They gotta do what they gotta do. They had a false report. Somebody probably don't like what I'm doing out here. No sweat. I gotta keep it moving. Until they say you gotta move, sir. Tell me why I gotta move and I'm leaving. But if I ain't violated, don't violate. But for right now, they on my team. They all right with me. They used to be my enemy. Or vice versa. When I was out in the world. Right? Verse 8 says, remove far from me vanity and lies. Gather me neither poverty nor riches. Feed me with food convenient for me. What's convenient for me again is the truth. Right? But for the world, the convenience is lies. Something that's right there before them, real quick like. The truth is hard to get to. Far-fetched. Far. They ain't want no parts of it, man. Right? But this is only for COTP and the sojourners of strangers who's going to dwell amongst them. And that's it, man. Verse 9. Lest I be full and deny thee. Full of what? This madness out here. and deny the only truth, the only one creator, the one who created the sun, the moon, and the stars. Moon over there, sun over there, both of them out at the same time. Y'all people who y'all respect over here in shirt and tie, they didn't do that. The devil didn't do that neither. Right? They didn't do that and can't do it. They can try to come up with some kind of imitation, like the kooky Asian people, so-called Asian people, some kind of imitation, but they can't duplicate it. Ain't no duplicating that. You can go and get these people out here and take their DNA into a lab somewhere and manipulate that. You ain't gonna manipulate these skies, that sun and them stars, and that moon, and the ocean. No, you ain't gonna do that. And you'll take some of the water out of the ocean and go make you a man-made lake. Right? You'll do that and charge a fee for it. Charge a fee for it. But you ain't gonna make no ocean. Bunch of liars. Scripture just told me though in verse 8, remove far from me vanity and lies. Give me neither power nor riches. Feed me with food convenient for me. Lest I be full and deny thee. Get proud like them. Keep going in the lab thinking they doing something because they manipulate a gene. They think they doing something now. Frankenstein think he's Dr. Frankenstein. Think he's the creator or he is the creator, right? You're a manipulator. You had to have something to go off of, right? You ain't created nothing. Y'all ain't found nothing. None of that. All this was here before you even thought about being created. All of it, right? It was here before you even thought about being created. So you haven't found anything, man. Anything. Just lies and manipulation. What they give y'all over here. And y'all believe it. To the point now, y'all think they God. Y'all, I guess, because the Most High ain't down here walking around on 2 feet, giving y'all no check every Friday or Wednesday. Y'all think he God. That's sad. This is a land of idols, man. They love idols over here. Idols done put a shade over the Most High, man. Sad. Sad. Verse 9 again. Lest I be full and deny thee and say, who is the Most High? Or lest I be poor and steal and take the name of the Almighty Elohim in vain. Verse 9 again. Lest I be full and deny thee and say, who is the Most High? I done got so much. So many cars parked in my driveway. My bank account crazy. My house, stupid. Stupid. $4 million worth of house. Right? Now I say, who is the Most High? Or lest I be poor and steal and take the name of my Almighty Elohim in vain. Right? Genesis 1, verse 1 through 27. Who is the creator? Salaki. Genesis 1, verse 1 through 27. All praises to the Most High. In the beginning, the Almighty Elohim created the heaven and the earth. Let's get that again. In the beginning, the Almighty Elohim created the heaven and the earth. Not the devil. Not the Big Bang Theory. Not George Laetri. Whatever his name is. Not him. I told y'all he was born in the land of Pel. Y'all know who Pel is. neither. I didn't notate it on what they call Google. They put that in there. They let me know what Belgium means. Why is it Belgium? Go look it up. So it's only fitting that someone from the land of Bel would give y'all the Big Bang Theory to say something that'll come up against the Creator. Ain't that an attribute of Satan? So that's one of his children, obviously. And I ain't talking about skin color. I'm just talking about attributes right now. If that's how you move, you're the son of one of your deity. That's just it. Moving on. Genesis 1 verse 1 again. We're going to move on. In the beginning, the Almighty Elohim created the heaven and the earth. And the earth was without form and void. And darkness was upon the face of the deep. And the spirit of the Almighty Elohim moved upon the face of the waters. And the Almighty Elohim said, let there be light. And there was light. And the Almighty Elohim said, or saw the light, that it was good. And the Almighty Elohim divided the light from the darkness. And the Almighty Elohim called the light day, and the darkness he called night. And the evening and the morning were the first day. And the Almighty Elohim said, let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters, and let it divide the waters from the water. Right? Waters above, waters below. And the Almighty Elohim made the firmament and divided the waters which were under the firmament from the waters which were above the firmament. And it was so. So we're still talking about who is the creator. The real deal. The real deal. I'm throwing shade. I'm throwing shade on falsehood. I'm throwing shade on the powers that be. I'm throwing shade, man. It's my job. Verse 8. And the Almighty Elohim called the firmament heaven, and the evening and the morning was the second day. So out of all the evil that we see over here in this land, all these depictions, all these false images, talking about the Creator, bringing out word of truth, words which are evident for everybody to see. Just to show up the sky is clear, the sun over there and the moon up there. I'm talking about the Creator, man. Love it or like it. Right? Verse 9. And the Almighty Elohim said, let the waters under the heaven be gathered together unto one place, and let the dry land appear. And it was so. And it was so unto the point that I'm out here standing on it. I'm out here standing on it. They put concrete over it, but I'm standing on the dry land. After he commanded the waters to come together so that the dry land can appear. And it was so. And the Almighty Elohim called the dry land earth. And the gathering together of the waters called he seas. And the Almighty Elohim saw that it was good. And the Almighty Elohim said, let the earth bring forth grass. Let the herb yielding seed, and the fruit tree yielding fruit after his kind, whose seed is in itself upon the earth. And it was so. So that's amazing. Super amazing. He let the fruit bear fruit. He made the fruit to bear fruit on his own, right? He made the fruit to bear fruit on his own, a seed that's yielding seed. Just like when he created man and allowed man to recreate by seed or by the form of a seed, and so on and so on, right? All praise. Verse 12, and the earth brought forth grass, and herb yielding seed after its kind, and the tree yielding fruit, whose seed was in itself, after his kind. And the Almighty Elohim saw that it was good. And the evening and the morning were the third day. And the Almighty Elohim said, let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven to divide the day from the night. And let them be for signs and for seasons and for days and for years. And let them be for lights in the firmament of the heaven to give light upon the earth. And it was so. And the Almighty Elohim made two great lights, the greater light to rule the day, and the lesser light. And the lesser light to rule the night. He made the stars also. He made the stars also. And the Almighty Elohim set them in the firmament of the heaven to give light upon the earth. And the Almighty Elohim set them in the firmament of the heaven to give light upon the earth, and to rule over the day and over the night, and to divide the light from the darkness. And the Almighty Elohim, Yahweh, saw that it was good. And the evening and the morning was the fourth day. And the Almighty Elohim said, let the waters bring forth abundantly the moving creature that hath life, and the fowl, that they may fly above the earth in the open firmament of the heaven. And the Almighty Elohim created the great whale, and every living creature that moveth, which the waters brought forth abundantly after their kind, and every winged fowl after his kind. And the Almighty Elohim saw that it was good. And the Almighty Elohim blessed them, saying, be fruitful and multiply, and fill the waters and the seas, and let the fowl multiply in the earth. So he said, be fruitful and multiply. So how come they pushing AI on you guys? Robotism, artificial intelligence. Why they doing that to y'all? Why they out here, why all people running around buying fake body parts from their head to their feet? Why they doing this? They going against the precept that I just read, man. That's the spirit of the fallen one. A robot he's scared of water. He don't want no water. Really don't want no heat. That's his destruction. He ain't want none of that. But he ain't got nothing to do. Why would he can't yield no fruit? He can't bring forth no fruit. Right? So what he care about a so-called man or creation? He don't care nothing about that. Right? A robot don't care about nothing that the Most High got going on. He can't regenerate nothing. He an imitator. He needs to be programmed. Right? He needs to be programmed. Let me read this again, because y'all going up against this, just like I just said. Genesis chapter 1. And the Most High, the Almighty Elohim, blessed them, saying, be fruitful and multiply, and fill the waters in the seas, and let the fowl multiply in the earth. And the evening and the morning were the fifth day. And the Almighty Elohim said, let the earth bring forth the living creature after his kind, cattle, and the creeping thing, and the beast of the earth after his kind. And it was so. And the Almighty Elohim made the beast of the earth after his kind, and the cattle after their kind, and everything that creepeth upon the earth after his kind. And the Almighty Elohim saw that it was good. And the Almighty Elohim said, let us make man in our image, after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over the cattle, and over all the earth, and out of every creeping thing, and over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth. Verse 26 again. And the Almighty Elohim said, let us make man in our image. So he's talking to his host, to his employees, the host, the heavenly angels. Let us, his employees, let's make man in our image. Right? So the Most High formed man out of clay, or out of the dust of the ground, the miry clay. He formed it. He made it in the image that he loved, that he liked, that he saw fit. He made it into the image that he saw fit. He groomed it and formed it the way he saw fit. Let us make man in our image. This is what I came up with. Do everybody agree? Of course they agree. Let's do this. Let's get to work. Let's get to work. So let us make man in our image, like after our likeness. Right? After our approval. And let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over the cattle, and over all the earth, and over everything creeping, over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth. So the Almighty Elohim created man in his own image. In the image of the Almighty Elohim created he him. Male and female created he them. So he did it the way he saw fit. That was pleasing to him. And he saw that it was good. And he gave man dominion over everything on the earth. Right? So the robot hate everything that the Most High created. The robot can't bring forth kids. They hate mankind. That's what y'all call it, right? Mankind. They hate y'all. These fallen ones hate y'all. These beings from the beginning do not like y'all. They're here to take y'all out the game. They're here to take y'all out the game. But y'all falling right into them, right into the head, continuing to follow after the rudiments of this crazy place. What y'all doing? Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 1, verse 1 through 3. I'm just talking about who is the creator. Who is the creator? What is his name? And what is his son's name? If thou canst tell. Most I said. Yahweh. Ba'ashem Mashiach Yahushua. Or Yahweh. Why? Yahushua. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 1, verse 1 through 3. Love righteousness. Ye that be judges of the earth, think of the Most High with a good heart, and in simplicity of the heart seek him. For he will be found of them that tempt him not, and showeth himself unto such as do not distrust him. For forward thought separate from the Almighty Elohim. For forward thought or forward thought separate from the Almighty Elohim and his power. When it is tried, reprove it, the unwise. So a forward thought will separate from the Almighty Elohim, right? And his power. When it is tried, reprove it, the unwise. Go correct each and everything that's out here that's coming up against it. Right? You will be reproved. You will be reproved. Like it or not. As a father chastening his child, he loves him, man. He loves him. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 1, verse 1 through 3, love righteousness, ye that be judges of the earth, think of the Most High with a good heart, and in simplicity of heart seek him, for he will be found of them that tempt him not, and shows himself unto such as do not distrust him. Right? How he show himself? To those that do not distrust him. He pay a visit through the Spirit. He pay a visit. He shows himself through his essence. He do things in your life to let you know that he does exist. Right? That he does exist. So he made man after his own likeness or in his own image. Just so man can bear witness to the fact when he's standing out here and looking around to understand that what? I'm a creator too, but on a smaller level. I can create things. He gave me power to do stuff, you know, but I never be able to make no, I could never do what he do. He's the Almighty Elohim. But he made us to bear witness that he exists. And we look in the mirror and say, dang, look at yourself. How did this happen? How am I talking? How I got a heart in your beat? What is really going on? Right? How can I know a woman, my wife, and she bring forth, have a child rising up inside of her and bring it out and it start living? We gotta give us some credit, man. So the Most High said what? For he will be found of them that tempt him not, and shows himself unto such as do not distrust him. For forward thoughts separate from the Almighty Elohim and his power. When it is tried, reprove the unwise. Only a fool, man, a super fool, will sit back and discredit the power of the Most High. All the creation, the stuff that you see around you every day. You waking up in the morning. You laying down going to sleep at night. How is that possible, dude? Your so-called American boss don't rock you to sleep. Not like that he don't, but he do with his sorcery. He does with his sorcery. Right? He puts you to sleep. He don't want you to wake up because he wants you to think that he's the king. He's the Almighty. He's the shot caller. That's what he wants. Y'all doing a good job. Moving on. Isaiah 66:1. Y'all doing a good job. Y'all giving all the props to the wrong one. To a creature. Someone who can die just like you. But all of them ain't creatures though too. Ones that are set up on high before y'all, your high hills and your mountains, they're mixed in. They're mixed seed of the fallen. Whether you believe it or not, that's on you. That's on you. You slow. Isaiah 66:1. Thus saith the Most High, the heaven is my throne, and the earth is my footstool. Right? Where is the house that ye build unto me? And where is the place of my rest? So, he just told y'all, you can't build me no house, It ain't no place to rest down here for me. Right? He does not dwell in the temple made by the hands of man. But they go every Sunday. I don't know who they worshiping, but they go every Sunday. Man just told y'all, once again, thus saith the Most High, the heaven is my throne, and the earth is my footstool. Where is the house that ye build unto me? And where is the place of my rest? Right? I dwell in the heavens, man, on the throne. Huh? The earth is my footstool. This is why I lay back and kick it when I put my feet up. The earth is my footstool. You know how a footstool look? Anybody know how a footstool look? Is it round or is it flat? Is it round or is it flat? Right? Where is the house ye build unto me? And where is my place of rest? Evil as this place is down here, ain't no rest. That's why he chilling where he chilling at. In the heavens, where it's order at. So it's out of order down here, like an old commode. Like an old Charlie stool, out of order, down here. And I use that literally. Because you know what the Charlie stool is used for. That's what they promote down here, the number 2. They promote the number 2. And so far they succeed, but it's a setup to get you all burnt. One more time. Isaiah 60:61, thus says the Most High, the heaven is my throne, and the earth is my footstool. Where is the house that ye build unto me? And where is the place of my rest? Where is the place of my rest? Where the house that you build unto me? Wisdom of Solomon, 6 verse 4. Most High asking questions. The Almighty asking questions. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 6, verse 4. Because, being ministers of his kingdom, ye have not judged aright, nor kept the law, nor walked after the counsel of the Almighty, Allah. He's talking to the fallen ones and the ones that they got set up down here. They the ones in charge. But they got y'all food, right? Thinking that they done went to Mars, thinking that they done went to the moon, or telling y'all that they done went to the moon. Y'all believe in Elon Musk? Y'all believe in Elon Musk, right? Y'all believe in the government, man. Y'all believe in Jay-Z and Beyonce. Y'all believe that Will Smith slapped Chris Rock. It's a ooh and a ah. Now we're gonna everybody gonna make a video and break down why Will Smith slapped Chris Rock. Everybody gonna do that. He got 24,000 views. He got 271,000. She got 100,000. You know about that? Okay. So yeah, that's what's going on. They're more interested in these things, man. They love fables and lies. All this stuff is set up foolishness. It's set up through the fallen kingdom. When he said, because being ministers of his kingdom, ye have not judged the right, nor kept the law, nor walked after the counsel of the Almighty Allah. Period. Y'all doing however, whatever, man. Everything below zero. Everything on the left. Everything. Psalm 24, verse 6. Psalm 24, verse 6. This is the generation of them that seek him, that seek thy face, O Jacob. This is the generation that seek him, that seek thy face, O Jacob. Of course this is, because it's so evil down here, you got to. You got to ask questions. That dude had a question. He kept it moving, but he had a question. You got to ask questions, man. There's too much going on out here for somebody not to ask questions. And how much evil can y'all eat? But you eat so much of it, you become what you are, or you become what you eat. You ain't gonna have no questions. Only thing you want is some more, right? You eat so much of this crap, you become crap. And that's real, man. You eat so much of it, you ain't gonna have no questions. You just want more. And this is how YouTube is rolling. And all these other venues and avenues that they putting out here, that's why they have them award shows back to back, back to back, back to back, before you can even ask a question. They feed you again. They keeping y'all with the ooh and the ah. Girl, boy, stop. And they keeping y'all going, man, look, da-da-da-da-da. Right? So-and-so clap back at so-and-so. Every podcast is a gospel. This man already done made the video, so I'm gonna go into the video. I'm gonna make a video about the video, and so on. Just keep making the same video getting made 1,000 times because people have their own followers. So let me feed them on my podcast, real quick, like. And that was some gossip, man. Evil gossip. Evil gossip on top of it, man. So, but question or statement is that verse 6 in Psalm 24, this is the generation of them that seek him, that seek thy face. O Jacob, Selah. Yep, but it's only going to be a remnant and a few strangers and sojourners that's going to seek his face. Jump to verse 10. Who is the king? Who is this king of glory? The Most High of hosts. He is the King of glory. Selah. They say, who is this King of glory? The Most High of hosts. He is the King of glory. Selah. Right? Who is this King of glory? The Most High of hosts is the King of glory. Sirach chapter 43, verse 1 through 6, or Ecclesiasticus in the Apocrypha. Chapter 43, verse 1 through 6. Okay? Sirach chapter 43. Hold on, fam. Hard. Woo. Hey, Salakia family. Ecclesiasticus chapter 43. Let me get it again for you. Verse 1 through 6. Sirach or Ecclesiasticus chapter 43, verse 1 through 6. The pride of the height, the clear firmament, the beauty of heaven. The pride of the height, the clear firmament, the beauty of heaven with its glorious show. The sun when it appeared, declaring at his rising, a marvelous instrument, right? Who is the creator, y'all? Verse 1 again, chapter 43 in the book of Ecclesiasticus. The pride of the height, the clear firmament, the beauty of heaven with its glorious show. The sun when it appeared, declaring at his rising, a marvelous instrument, the work of the Most High, not the work of the devil, the work of the Most High, not the work of man, not your mama, not your father, your brother, or your sister. Right? The sun when it appeared, declaring at his rising, a marvelous instrument, the work of the Most High. At noon, it parches the country, and who can abide the burning heat thereof? A man blowing a furnace is in his works of heat, but the sun burneth the mountains 3 times more, breathing out fiery vapor and sending forth bright beams. It dimmeth the eyes. Great is the Most High that made it. Right? Great is the Most High Yahweh that made it. And at his commandment, it runneth hastily from the east to the west, y'all. And at his commandment, it runneth hastily. It riseth and it goes down. At his commandment, it runneth hastily. He made the moon also to serve in her season for a declaration of time and a sign of the world. He made the moon also to serve in her season for a declaration of time and a sign of the world. Who is the creator? Right? What is his name? What is his son's name? If thou canst tell. Huh? Sirach. Same chapter, 43, 27 through 30. We may speak much and yet come short. Wherefore, in Psalm, he is all. Talking about the Creator. We may speak much and yet come short. Wherefore, in Psalm, he is all. In Psalm, in total. The Psalm is the total of a mathematical problem. The Psalm is the total. We may speak much and yet come short. Wherefore, in Psalm, he is all. How shall we be able to magnify him? For he is great above all his works. Gotta be. If he created the sun and the moon, the stars, the oceans, woo, the earth, and any other planet that could be out there, he's definitely above all that. The Most High is great and greatly to be praised. How shall we be able to magnify him? For he is great above all his works. The Most High Yahweh is terrible and very great. And marvelous is his power. I know it is. I know it is. When he started destroying and tearing up stuff without the help of man, crazy. The Most High is terrible and very marvelous is his power. When ye glorify the Most High Yahweh, exalt him as much as ye can. For even yet will he far exceed you exalting him. And when ye exalt him, put forth all your strength, and be not weary. For you can never go far enough. Verse 30. When you glorify the Most High Yahweh, exalt him as much as you can. For even yet will he far exceed. And when you exalt him, put forth all your strength, and be not weary. For you can never go far enough. Because the angels, what? Like I talk to the Most High every other day. When I thank him for everything he do, and everything he say he gonna do, I can't thank him enough. Right? I'm down here on earth, up under the firmament, trapped right now. Right? While the angels in heaven say, holy, 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 all day long. They got it going on. They can praise him all day long. But I got to go to some job and work out. And I have to concentrate on that job. I don't get a chance to do like the angels and say thank you all day, y'all. Thank you, Father, y'all. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I can't do it all day. I would love to do it all day long, especially seeing the time that I'm living in, especially knowing what he brought me out of, especially being able to thank him, man. Like the scripture just said, I can't thank him enough. He saved my life from so many ways. I could have got shot and killed. I almost got killed. I could have been in jail somewhere for a long time. I could have hurt somebody out here, jumping from bed to bed. Could have killed somebody out here, jumping from bed to bed. Right? I gotta thank him. I ain't gonna say you gotta thank him. I gotta thank him. I gotta thank him for shining, for bringing the spirit in my life, let me know who he is, for showing himself to me, for letting me be able to acknowledge him. I thank him, but I can't thank him enough. Like the scriptures say, Sirach 39, 15 through 18. I can't thank him enough though. Sirach 39. Through 18. Magnify his name and show forth his praise with the songs of your lips and with harps. And in praising him, ye shall say after this manner, all the works of the Most High are exceeding good. Let's not go too far. Let's start over at verse 15. Sirach or Ecclesiasticus, chapter 39, verse 15 through 18. Magnify his name and show forth his praise with the songs of your lips and with the harps. And in praising him, ye shall say after this manner, all the works of the Most High are exceeding good, and whatsoever he commanded shall be accomplished in due season, flat out. It don't matter whatever it is, because the scriptures tell me that the Most High made the wicked. He created the wicked for the day of evil. So don't get it twisted. He created the wicked for the day of evil. Right? He created the wicked for the day of evil. Verse 16, all the works of the Most High are exceeding good, and whatsoever he commanded shall be accomplished in due season. And none may say, what is this? Wherefore is that? For in time convenient they shall all be sought out. At his commandment the water stood as in heat and at the words of his mouth, the receptacles of water. Right? Showing power and authority to my Creator. Expression, whom is the Creator of all things, the Most High Yahweh, Wa Malak, Yahweh Shah. Verse 16 again. All the work of the Most High are exceeding good, and whatsoever he commanded shall be accomplished in due season. And none may say, what is this? Wherefore is that? For in time convenient they shall all be sought out. At his commandment, the water stood as in heat, and at the words of his mouth, the receptacle of water. Right? All praise to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashem Hamashiach Yahweh Shah, meaning all praise to the Most High, Yah, in the name of his Son, Yahusha or Yahweh Shah. Going to the book of Enoch, chapter 3, verse 1 through 2. Giving glory to the Father. Glory to the Father. I don't follow man, I follow the Father. All right? Book of Enoch, chapter 3, verse 1 through 2. All who are in the heavens know what is transacted there. All who are in the heavens know what is transacted there. They know that the heavenly luminaries change not their path, that each rises and set regularly, everyone at his proper period, without transgression, the commandment which they have received. They behold the earth, and they understand what is there transacted. From the beginning to the end of it, they see that every work of the Almighty Allahayah is invariable in the period of its appearance. They behold summer and winter, perceiving that the whole earth is full of water, and that the cloud, the dew, and the rain refreshing. Right? Let's go back. Book of Enoch, chapter 3. Verse 1 through 2. Enoch chapter 3, verse 1 through 2. All who are in the heavens know what is transacted there. They know that the heavenly luminaries change not their path, that each rises and sets regularly, everyone at his proper period, without transgressing the commandment which they have received. They behold the earth and understand what is there transacted from the beginning to the end of it. They see that every work, I'm going to go to verse 3. They see that every work of the Almighty Allahayah is invariable in the period of its appearance. They behold summer and winter, perceiving that the whole earth is full of water, and that the cloud, the dew, and the rain refresh. They see all the work of the Most High, they understand it. They do not go to the left or the right, But they go straight forward in the commandments which they were given, talking about the heavenly host, the luminaries, the stars, the sun, the moon, everything. The oceans, everything, even the earth. Earth can't say, well, I ain't gonna bring no grass this year. I'm just not gonna do it. I don't care how much it rains. I ain't bringing forth no grass. No. The Most High said bring forth grass, you're gonna bring forth grass. That's what's gonna happen. The book of Enoch, chapter 1, verse 1 through 3. The word of the blessing of Enoch, how he was blessed, or how he blessed the elect and the righteous who were to exist in the time of trouble, as of right now, rejecting all the wicked and the ungodly right now. Enoch, a righteous man, who was with the Almighty Allahayah, answered and spoke while his eyes were open, and while he saw a set apart vision in the heaven. This the angels showed me. From then, or from them, I heard all things, and I understood what I saw. Right? Just like now, I'm very, very, very thankful for the Most High coming in my life, showing me, I don't care how bad it is or how much it pissed me off. He's showing me all these things for a reason. He's telling me I need to move out the way. He's telling me that he's going to bring destruction upon this place, that I need not to be partaking in the madness. I need to separate myself as much as possible. I understand that through the Spirit. I understand that. Enoch, a righteous man, who was with the Almighty Allahayah, answered and spoke while his eyes were open, and while he saw a set apart vision in the heavens. This the angels showed me. From them I heard all things, and understood what I saw. That which will not take place in this generation, but in a generation which is to succeed at a distant period. So he's talking about now. On account of the elect. This is definitely talking about this age, this period, right now. From them I heard all things, verse 2 said, and understood what I saw, that which will not take place in this generation back then, but in a generation which is to succeed at a distant period. On account of the elect. Israel, the children of Israel, is the elect. COTP is the elect. Those who return to the Father. In this evil time, choosing the Sabbath day and his set apart days for a covering. You are the elect. Jude Sirach chapter 4, verse 28. Verse 3. Upon their account, I spoke and conversed with him, who will go forth from his habitation, the set apart and mighty one, the Almighty Allahayah of the world. Verse 3 again. Upon their account, I spoke and conversed with him, who will go forth from his habitation. He will go forth from his throne, get up out of his chair, and come pay earth a visit. He got to take up some of his precious time and come and visit earth. Earth is super, super evil right now. They asking for it, begging him to come. Messiah said they know not what they do. In other instances, he told the brothers, y'all don't know what y'all asking for. Upon their account I spoke and conversed with him, Enoch said, who will go forth from his habitation, the set apart one and mighty one, the Almighty Allahayah of the world, the Almighty Allahayah, the Almighty Creator of the world. give my honor and my glory and my praise to the creator of the world, the almighty Elohim of all things. Not paying the world no more attention. Give them no more love. No more love. Back it up, back it out. Pulling up the anchor, pulling up the stakes. Moving on. Setting myself apart. Giving all honor, all glory, and all praise to the Most High. Yahweh, Yahuwah, Ba'ashem, Amashiach, Yahweh Shah, Yahusha, Form Yashala. Stay strong, stay focused. Most High willing, I'll do it again. If He allow me to see another Sabbath day. If He allow me to have a mind to think upon Him. Give me a mouth to speak. Give me fingers to write. When He put the Spirit upon me, so shall it be. If not, it will not be. All respect, all honor, all glory due to the Most High Yahweh, Yahuwah, Ba'ashem, Mashiach, Yahweh Shah. Once again, Quorum Yashala, stay strong, stay focused. Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom.